Hey guys, your big brother Astro in the building. I'm gonna give you the sauce. How do narcissists and manipulative people get their way and manipulate you? So, I have been in multiple situations when I've known what someone has done because I'm a pretty good spy. So I know what the hell people are doing, but I pretend I don't just so I can see what they act like. And this is what I've noticed about manipulative people. So one, we're gonna talk about overreaction to the truth or something you perceive that's in their character. So I've had times that I've had a gut feeling, and the manipulator, I've told them, hey, like, I've noticed this was before I knew, don't even give them the information because they're gonna pry on it. The more they know how to evade your defenses. So I've told them, hey, I've noticed you doing this, or I've noticed that. Tell me what's going on, all right? Or I feel like this is happening, what's going on? And if you're dead on the money, and then if it's something that's like not socially acceptable, and if it's something that like, if they got found out they will get shunned by society, because that's how they do. They're really good sociopaths at the same time. They know how to control the narrative. So they'll get overtly reactive. So they'll be like, yo, why do you think I did this? Why do you think I did that? Or they'll cry and, why, I don't know why you think this. And that's to ease your defenses and make you think you're the problem, because that's what they do. They always try to shift the narrative so you have to get on the defensive. That's one of their biggest plays in their book of manipulation. So let's say I was robbing you and you said, yo, what, like, I noticed you robbing me. Why are you robbing me? I said, why do you think I'm robbing you, man? You know, hey, now give me your stuff because you said that. Like, it's a very ridiculous example, but if it's subtle, you notice how you could fall for it, right? So a lot of times, if you are defensively trying to protect yourself, because, for example, I've had manipulators say something about me, and I'm really big on my character. I'm very big on being known as a good guy, right? So if they say, oh, I noticed you're doing this because your ego is too fragile, this, that, I'll be like, no, why? Like, why do you think that? Like, and then I'll get defensive and I'll try to explain my side to them. That's what normal people would do, but manipulators, they pry on that, right? So you have to really watch out for over emotional reactions. And 9 times out of 10, they're gonna get mad, they're gonna cry, this, that, and the third. That's a red flag, right? Like, yeah, for sure, some people might not know how to control their emotions, but you have to put in all these tips I'm giving you together, and that's how you figure out if you're dealing with a manipulator, right? So I've literally had this dude who I've known he was a slime ball, and I literally had the evidence of what he's doing, but he didn't know I knew. Next time I saw him, he said, hey, bro, how you doing, man? He wanted to shake my hand and stuff. He was giving me the reaction of something, like, let's say you went to war and you're in the army and your mother hasn't seen you for 20 years. That's the reaction he was giving me. But behind my back, he was saying the most slime ball things. He was doing the most slime ball things. And it really, I'm like, wow, like, this is really how life is. So I hate to say this, guys, but you can't trust every smile, right? You can't trust every smile. And another thing these guys will do is they will try to ruin your image when you can't serve them anymore, right? So they will try to talk to people all around you, and let's say you were in a relationship with one and you guys aren't in one anymore. They will talk to people around you and basically get people to get on your side and just say, oh, this guy's this guy's that, this guy's that. And now the people that you would have went to kind of like even expose your character, it's harder for them to believe you, right? So the best thing is to have the evidence. So guys, you have to play dumb sometimes. And if you know stuff and you have the evidence, sometimes pretend you don't know and see how they will react to really know who you're dealing with, right? Because they are very good at playing societal games. They have a lot of people wrapped around their finger, right? Sometimes they're hard workers just so they could get the power, because that's what the biggest thing they look for. They look for power and control. So you have to really watch their actions, right? And if you notice something, like, call it out if you want, if you're in a relationship, but like at the same time, how do they react? Because I've known people, I've called it out and they will pretend, oh, I'm sorry, and then a few months down the line they will say, oh, you called me out for this, and they won't say the reason you called them out for it. They'll say just because you called them out, and they try to make you feel bad, right? And then they'll do this in heightened emotional situations where you try to defend yourself now, right? Another thing, just because they're nice, do not think they're not a manipulator. A majority of the manipulators I know in my life, they will regularly buy me stuff, right? Regularly show me love. If I need something, they'll be there for me, just so I can let my guard down and then they did the most slimeball things that known to man, right? They will offer you a cup of Tim Hortons, like, oh, do you want a coffee? They'll buy you a little gift, right? So they are investing in your relationship bank, and you think you have to reciprocate. So majority of times, like, yeah, I'm not saying when people offer you stuff, don't take it, but just know sometimes there's string attached, right? As human nature, that when someone gives us stuff, we feel inclined to give them something back. Okay, so remember, watch their actions and build the portfolio. Don't just take one thing out of this video and say, huh, that's a manipulator, because sometimes they want to be true to you, right? So, and sometimes the guy who's an asshole is really your best friend, right? Sometimes the people who say what it is, how it is, are the ones that you say, okay, you're a jackass, but I fuck with you because you keep it real, right? So I hope you heed my knowledge and don't get messed up, because the world is cold. The world is cold, and I've gone through pain and suffering, so you don't have to. Make sure to follow the boy for more sauce. Your big brother out.